Hello, I'm Maria. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Ontario, Canada. And today I'd like to show you how to make this fun fold card. I'm not going to show you how to do the card. I'm going to show you how to make the card. In other words, the base of the card. It's called, well, I've seen it called different things, but I'm going to call it the front panel card. It has two pieces, the base here, and then a top panel. So there's a front panel. I suppose we can call it a pop-up. So this is one example, and I'll just show you one more before we actually start making one. Just the base, okay? And then I put something on the back to write on. Okay, so let's get our supplies. The important thing is a trimmer, which has a scoring blade and a cutting blade. It also should have an extending arm. If you don't have that, then if you have any sort of a scoring tool, then get that out. You're also going to need a bone folder, obviously some cardstock, and an 8.5 by 11 will do the trick. I use two adhesives, Tombo and tear and tape. Okay, let's get going cutting. Now the first piece that we're going to cut is the back piece, this piece back here, and it is 5.5. Lift the arm up, move this over to the 5.5 inch mark with the cutting blade. I'll just cut. So this is our first piece. Our second piece is 4.25. So this is over to 4.25, and I'll make a cut. And by 3.75. So that's over here to 3.75. There, we have our two pieces. Now I'm going to score them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutting blade right out of the way and just move it down a little bit so you can see. And this is the larger piece. It's the 5.5 by 8.5. And on the 8.5 side, we're going to score in 3 places. Sorry. So our first score is at 4.25. So we just take our paper and put it on the 4.25 inch mark and score. You can do this a couple of times if you wish. 4.25, and then move it over to 5.25, then 7 and 8. And make sure that your paper is flush against the top, or else your marks will be crooked. Okay, so that's one. I don't know if you can see. There, I think you can see the score lines. Okay, now this next one, the smaller one, you're going to lay it with the 4.25 mark up, or at the top, and our first score line is going to be at 2.75. All of these measurements will be in the description below, and at 3.75. So 2.75 and 3.75. So I have that one scored. Okay, now at this point I'm going to take the trimmer away, and I'm going to bring out my bone folder. And this is an important step in anytime you're doing a fun fold or making a box, that you burnish the folds. And a lot of people have asked, well, which way do you burnish the fold? Is it the scored side or the bumpy side? And actually you fold towards the bumpy side, because that is where the cardstock has been weakened by your scoring. So just fold it and burnish the fold. One more. So that's one piece. Now we'll get the other one and we're going to fold towards the bumpy side. Okay, now if you do your scoring well, literally the card forms itself. Okay, so this is what one of the folds is going to look like, and then this one is going to fold over and fit on top. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to put it together, but if you're going to do something like this, you want to be putting the designer paper or cardstock, pattern cardstock, on first before you do anything else at this point. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to put some double-sided tape and Tombo glue on this side. That just gives it, it just makes it hold a little bit better. Okay. Sometimes you can't find the end of the tape. I just lay that near the score line. And again, I'm just going to look to see which way. All right, now I'm just going to put some Tombo glue around the edge. Here it comes. Sometimes my Tombo glue doesn't want to work for me. Okay. Take the protective cover off. Now, this part is the easiest part. You think, oh, how do I get this fold done? You just fold this down, okay, and then just lay your card flat. And take your bone folder and just press it down. And then you pop up, and look at that. It's put together. How about that, huh? You say, oh, well, yeah, that was pretty easy. Now, what about that other one? Okay, I'm going, this little fold right there, I'm going to put some tape on that as well. And some Tombo. I have got a little kitten beside me here, so hope he doesn't jump up on the table. You never know. They tend to be a little bit unpredictable. Okay, and a little Tombo. You could put the Tombo on before you take the, there. Okay, now normally, okay, you want to be adding some adhesive to the back of this as well. So I'm just going to hold my finger here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombo on the back of that, and I'm going to just lay this on like this and fold it over just like I did with the other one, and I'm just going to bring the whole card down like this. Just flatten it out. Make sure this is even at the bottom. Flatten it out, and I have this folded down, and I'll just lay it down on top of my card. And when I open it up, there we go. And that is the fun fold. But remember that if you were to make this fold, before you put this front panel on, if you want to put some designer paper back here, you do that first, because it would be hard to put it on afterwards. Okay, and that is the fun fold. So again, to show you, I made this one with that fun fold. I made this one, and I made this one as well. So those are just some samples. Now this is in the horizontal. You can also make this front panel card in this way, in this direction as well, but that's a topic for another video. And thank you so much for watching.